All right, welcome everyone. All right, here we are now in IPv6, right? And scary IP addressing that it looks like. Huge numbers, but that's not a problem. After a while of working with it, it's just getting used to it. As far as your CCNA certification is concerned, you're not going to really see any configuration on IPv6. It's basically just identifying IPv6 addresses, know what auto config is, padding, all these things, and we'll go through it later. All these different topics on IPv6 in the actual course, in these lab courses. But in this particular lecture, what we're going to do is we're just going to assign static IP addresses to the PCs and the routers. As you can see here, we're using a global unicast address. All right. And we're using a 64-bit prefix length, right, all across all of it. Not a big deal. There's no subnetting involved or anything like that. So very simple. All right, just to, I guess, get used to working with IPv6. You won't be asking about anything about subnetting in there, so that's good also. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start assigning the IP addresses to the PCs, and then we'll get into the routers. So one of the things that I always say that, I'll open up Notepad. With IPv6, copy paste will be your friend. So I'm going to copy paste that address. Bring up Notepad. Let's see if the packet trace doesn't give me some funky number. Okay. So that's going to be our first network down here. And this will be our, so it's 1, 2, 3, really. Okay. So it looks very easy. Boom. And really all I need to do then is just paste again and change this to a 3. That's what you can just copy paste right in there. And we're going, so we don't have any problems. All right. So we're going to go to the PC. And I'm going to copy paste this first one. All right. This will be the server. Sorry. Let's go to the server. And you can see the link local address is already there. So what we're going to do is just paste that address. And I'll have to use 1. That means all zeros 1. We're going to tab over. We'll put the prefix of 64. We're going to shift tab. Oops, tab, tab, tab. All right. All the way to the gateway. We're going to paste again, but this time we're going to use F. This is the same type of logic that I use first available, last available. Not that that is what it is. Obviously, we have quintillion addresses that are in there, but that is what I'll use. All right, just for, at least for the lab purposes. So that is our gateway right there. Cool. So let's go to the next PC. And we're going to go ahead. Okay. Oh, why is that like that? I was wondering. Put that in there. That's going to be number 2, 64. And then paste that in there and same subnet. Same subnet. Why is that? Here we have the 3000. So, not up there. Definitely. We're going to paste. We need to change this to 3000. Not a period. 3000. Okay. And then 1. Put a 64. And then paste. Put a 3. And then put F. Now let me copy paste this one. So I don't have to do that again. Yes, the less we type, the better, especially with IPv6. Statically. Paste, just change that to a 2. Tab over to 64. Paste, just change that to an F. All right, awesome. We got the IP addresses in our PCs. So we're good as far as that's concerned. Now we got to go into the router. So let's go into router 0 first. All right, we got gig interfaces at this point because we have gone forward. We've embraced IPv6 and now we're getting into faster connections, right? So let's go ahead And let's name this router. Oh, caps, caps, caps. Always forget. Host name, R1. Now, one of the things that you should not forget when you're configuring IPv6, if you're going to be doing any kind of routing on IPv6, you need to enable IPv6 unicast routing. So that's one of the first things you want to do. IPv6 unicast routing. Yes, I tabbed it. You know me and my spelling. IPv6 unicast routing. So don't forget to do it, because if you do, I mean, no big deal. It's just when you're going to try and do any kind of routing protocols or anything like that, the router's going to say, haha, you didn't turn this on. So then you got to go back and turn it on. So make sure you turn it on if you're doing IPv6, just to get it out the way. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go inside the interface, int g0/0. All right. And then this is going to be, when you're doing IP addresses for IPv6, everything is IP. Instead of IP address is IPv6 address. Now, let's see if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, so I'm just going to copy and paste 2001 3200 FAD 1000. Now, this is your gateway. This is the one going down. F, right? And the cool thing with IPv6, 64. How about that, huh? We can put the actual prefix length. No more 255, 255, 255, 255 nonsense. And then we'll do a no shut. And then we'll do the other interface, G01, which that's going to be 2 right here. So what I can do, I'm just going to copy paste this. Again, when it comes to IPv6, writing these things out, that's the only thing that is cumbersome. All right. And then this will be 2. This is the serials going across. And since it's the first serial, we'll just make it 1. And then we hit enter. And this is a 0. No, this is not a serial. This is an Ethernet. Yeah, we're using Ethernet. Oops, sorry. Made that smaller. That is Ethernet, so no clock race. Even better. No shut. Okay? Do WR. Now, if you want to take a look at that, so that's basically assigning a static IP address. All right? And if you want to look at the brief, you go to show IPv6 int brief. Okay? And there it is. There's our IPv6 addresses, right? You want to look at the route, routing table. Show IPv6 route. All right, and there is our route. Now, it looks slightly different from what we're used to seeing. We're seeing the local address, right, of F, and we're seeing the connected address of, what is the network? I'm sorry. And the reason you don't see the other one, the gig01, is because the other side is off. Okay, and there's a multicast, all right, that it has on there. No worries. Okay, anytime you see FF, that's a multicast, specific multicast address using this /8. Okay, now we're going to go to the other router and put its serial, and then you'll see this will come up, and then we'll G01 first. Okay, we'll get a name, config T, host name, R2. So we go interface G0/2. All right. What do we need to? Oh, look, I was going to do it. What did I forget? I told you I always forget to. IPv6 unicast routing. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Just up arrow to the interface. It's not G02, it's G01. Am I right? Wrong? What's it? Yeah, G01. G01. So we're going to go IPv6 address. Let's see what I have in the memory here. Let's take out, first of all, this should be a 2. And this needs to be a 2, right? Because the other one was 1. And we don't need 2 IPv6 addresses. Statements. So here you go. And now Control E takes you to the end of the line. So we have that particular address there. And then we do a no shut. Cool. Then we're going to go to G00, which is towards the LAN. And that's the 3000 LAN. So IPv6 address. Then we're going to paste again. Paste is going to be your friend when it comes to this. I'll tell you that right now. And then we'll put 3 there. And we'll leave it as F because that is the actual gateway for that particular network. And then we'll do a no shut. Awesome. Let's do WR, Control Z, show IPv6 route. Okay. I didn't turn the other one on the other side. I only see the 2000. It's taking its time to show me. Oh, it is the 2000. Oops, sorry. Show IPv6 route. There we go. Just took a little bit. All right. Yeah, here's the connected to 2000 network right here. Here's the address 2001, right? And then when you look at the other router, I get the packet tracer was working too slow for me. All right. Ooh. And this is 2001. Here's the 2000. And I'm showing the show IPv6 int brief. And apparently I didn't put anything in G00. That's interesting. I could have sworn I did. Okay, so we'll do it again. Config T. See how it's not showing that I did anything on the G00? So let's do it again. Int G0/0, unless I made an error, I didn't see the error. All right, no problem. IPv6 address, and it's going to be 2001. Let's type it out this time, right? 0 colon fad. And that's one of the downfalls. You can use plain, using hex numbers or using letters, which people like to put actual names, dad, deed, face, all these different things. So it could be hackable. All right, and this is 3000 colon F/64, and then we do a no shut on there. Do WR, Control Z, show IPv6 route. Oof, we're so used to that. All right, and there we go. Cool. No big deal. So let's check for connectivity. And this is really when copy pasting is going to come in. So you're going to ping and right, and we're going to get rid of the 64 back here. So this is the 1000 gateway, which should be my gateway, and I get a reply from it. Okay, now I'm not going to be able to get across, obviously, because I'm not routing. Now let's see if we can. Believe we should be able to get to this particular interface, and we get to that interface. We're just not going to be able to get all the way across because we're not going to route. So let's check out the other one. Make sure that we can ping our own gateway. And wait a minute. Let's be smart about this. Where is it? There we go. Copy. Yes, most definitely we copy paste when we're doing IPv6. So that's that interface. We can get to the interface, we can get to our gateway. Not a big deal. All right. So now we're going to go into this with the 3000 network, which this is 3000F, or here 2002. So we'll just go straight for the 2002. And we have connectivity, which is awesome. All right. And now we test this one. We paste. We go to 2. And we have connectivity. Great. So we do have connectivities to our gateways, to our routers, our own local segments. We just don't know how to get across because we're not doing any kind of routing. All right, so that will be the topic of our next lecture where we go into RIP-NG, which is next generation for IPv6. We can see that working on IPv6, obviously this is a very simple example. It can get confusing because of the length of the numbers, and you have the different global unicast, you have the anycast addresses, all these different types of addresses. But again, if you go to the CCNA course that I have open in Udemy, you guys can go ahead and take a look at the breakdown of it. Okay, but again, for your CCNA certification, you're basically going to be just looking at, hey, what type of address is this? Is this a valid IP address? And again, as we go through the course, we're going to get into the different routing protocols. Like now, we're going to get into RIP-NG. We will be doing all the other protocols as well. So no fear. All right, very simple, very straightforward. I'll see you guys in the next lecture.